how are you? Welcome to my second vlog. Today I want to talk about being an awkward lesbian. As someone who's been a lesbian for a long time, honestly, I think not really much has changed since the time that I just first come out up until now, because I still find my being a lesbian, my lesbianness makes me feel quite awkward and out of place in many situations. Number one, socializing with people, especially with people that I'm not really close with or acquainted with. Say for example, if I'm a straight woman in this age and I have to engage other women, I would be like sis or mother. I don't know how they do it, but then I would proceed to talking about things that we would probably have in common, like Coco Martin, La Luna Sangre, Vice Cosmetics. I don't know what's the latest these days, but what I'm trying to say is that when I'm around straight people, sometimes it's really hard to find a common ground on what to talk about, what to have a small talk on, and connect and engage with them. I guess I don't really find much things in common with most people, and I blame my lesbianness. I'm not amused with things just the same as other people are, and it's really sometimes hard to find a common ground basically with them. Number two, I also think that they feel the same way about me. They probably don't see much in common with me and they can't think of anything to think about. Or maybe they just sense my awkwardness and that's how it starts and the cycle goes on. Number three, sometimes I don't know how to carry myself. Sometimes I find it hard. I am what you would categorize as a butch. Wears men's clothes, short hair, maybe have a little bit of a masculine demeanor, but I'm not trans, although no offense to trans of course. I like being female, I identify as a female and I love it. I just believe that female is not defined with femininity, and for me, being a female doesn't limit you to how you are, how you think, and what you wear. And I happen to really like men's styles and the male aesthetic. I love blue and charcoal gray. When I wear a tie, I think I feel the same way as a woman wears a cute dress. So I just really like to look masculine, and I really think this is my aesthetic and it really makes me feel good inside. On the other hand, I guess it looks different, and to the untrained eye or to someone who's not used to seeing someone like me, it would seem a little off to some people. It would show in their eyes the minute it registers to them that I don't fit a certain mold. I would feel the uncertainty and the awkwardness radiating from them, that it also makes me feel awkward and uncertain as well when I'm around them. So personally, I would prefer to just try to be myself and let my true self just really flow and shine. But I guess it's really hard to do sometimes, especially on certain situations like when you're in the workplace. How you act, whatever you say, any impression that you make has the tendency to stick in other people's perception, and it would be really hard to change that if you would ever want to. It doesn't really help that given that I like to wear men's clothes and men's clothes doesn't really fit in a woman's body, it makes us look a little bit sloppy and unprofessional. Kudos to really slim, tall lesbians who wear men's clothes brilliantly, but for us with women's bodies, they don't really fit well. As much as you want to look professional, at the same time good looking, it's very rare that you get to pull it off. It's hard. It's really hard, but still we wear them because that's what you want to wear, and you don't really have any much options here in a country like the Philippines. Androgynous clothing can be available but not attainable for normal folk like me. They tend to be very expensive, that's what I mean. Lastly, the ma'am sir situation. Some people call you ma'am, some people would call you sir, and then they would catch themselves and they would realize they make a mistake. They would feel awkward and bad, and in return you would feel awkward and bad as well. Like I said, it's a never-ending cycle. It's a fact of lesbian life, and I want to think of ways on how I would approach this or deal with it. I would want to be someone who knows that they're different and yet comfortable with their difference, knows that oftentimes they're out of place but yet comfortable in being out of place, and confident that eventually, sooner or later, even though I can find my own place. I can find my bearings in a certain situation, and I would know how to gracefully deal with it. That's actually the reason why I'm naming this channel the Gentle Butch Club. For me, a gentle butch is the ideology of who I want to be, like a gentleman, but butch. That's what I really want to say. In a society that doesn't really have much consideration and place for lesbians, especially with lesbians who are trying to make it in a corporate world, I think there's a lot of room for improvement in that sense. If you're someone who would like to maybe climb up a corporate ladder, it's really hard for lesbians to break through. And I really respect people who have done so. Although I don't really know much butch lesbians who have succeeded in the corporate world that maybe I could look up to and idolize and maybe follow the real gentle butch. Alright, so I rambled on too much. That's it. It's just a second vlog. Again, I'm trying this out. But in any case, this has been Chef. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.